So it's always tough to go up against a team like Ludington, but just talk about the way you guys were able to play with them there in the first half. What do you think went right there? And then in the second half, what do you think caused it to slip away from you?
Well, you got to give Ludington a lot of credit. When they came out intense. This is their parent night, so they were playing up. And we expected to have a situation where they came out and they were going to play strong. And we had to just kind of weather the storm, for their early run because they're going to be juiced up at home. But I believe that at the end of the first quarter and going into the second quarter, we stabilized things a little bit. And I think we started playing more our ball. We switched up the defensive a couple of times, slowed them down. And I thought we were in a good position. 4-point game at that time, I think, by halftime. And I felt like we were in a good place. But it just seems like we came out and just literally laid an egg the second half. And they came out like they were playing from behind versus we were playing from behind. And they capitalized on our mistakes. And to give them credit, they were consistent with what they was doing all game. But somehow we faded away from the effort that we gave in the second quarter. And after a while, it just became like an avalanche kind of situation. Things got out of hand. Guys got confidence, started making shots. One thing led to the next, and the next thing you know, it was a balloon lead. And so I'm seeing the body language from my guys start to dissipate and trying to, get them back up. But sadly, we couldn't recover.
So I believe it was 21-17 for a long time. Did you feel like you guys missed a lot of opportunities there?
We did.
Toward the end of the second quarter?
Oh, my God. I mean, tip-ins, stick-backs. Again, when you're playing a good team like Ludington, in my opinion, they will capitalize on your mistakes. And I believe that we made them a little bit more comfortable because we didn't capitalize with the opportunities that we had worked to gain. I mean, anytime your opponents see you miss a gimme right at the basket after a series of breaking pressure, it does something to both teams. It flattens the offensive team that had the opportunity, and it enhances the attitude and the confidence of the team that was playing defense. And we just did that way too much for a team that we were playing tug of war with for most of the first half. And so when they got confident, now we're reeling from behind, and they played really well.
So toward the end of the third quarter and really into the fourth quarter, they started pressuring a lot. Did you feel like that kind of got to you guys a little bit?
Honestly, I would say it slowed our pace a little bit, but we weren't capitalizing even with the pace. But, I mean, Thad does a good job with his 1-2-2, but we were going to just tic-tac-toe and get it over half court and just play, sound half-court basketball. We weren't trying to get too much unless the opportunities presented themselves. I honestly believe a lack of focus in this kind of lackluster attitude that gets contagious by us sometimes put us in positions where we literally start giving the ball away with just some unforced mistakes. Now, giving them credit, they did force some of the turnovers, but some of the stuff was just ill-advised plays. And I don't understand it, but I hope we can shake it before next week.
And you guys have next week off before district start, and you guys have a pretty winnable district there with Fruitport Cavalry Christian, Muskegon Catholic, and I think Hudsonville Libertas Christian. I don't know if I said that right, but just talk about what you guys are going to need to improve on and what you guys are doing going into that.
Well, the one thing I think I'll start with the positives. It's been a peaks and valleys type of a year. My kids look the same, but the people that show up sometime isn't always what we thought we brought to the game. And I think we got the potential, but again, the potential only breaks hearts if it's not actualized with our efforts. And I believe all the rest of the teams in our district are playing good, sound basketball at this point. They're playing strong, and they're not taking anybody for granted and that kind of thing. And I just need us to become more focused on that right now, I think, for playoffs than anything else, because more or less we're going to be who we are at this point moving forward. There's not a lot of time for grand transformations, but we have played at a high level. And so I'm hoping to find a way to get us back to playing to that level by the time next week comes around.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Absolutely.